Hey everybody, today we're reacting to The Incredibles theory. I'm pretty sure this is about Jack Jack, who doesn't really get much screen time, to be honest. I mean, he has that little short I remember from Disney Plus, but anyway, let's see. Also, they fumbled so hard with the second movie. The second movie is so forgettable.
What if I told you that this is actually Jack Jack from the future? Gama Jack is a character from The Incredibles that we see only for a few seconds. He is one of the many superheroes Syndrome killed as a part of Operation Kronos, and at first glance he just kind of seems like a throwaway filler character. But if you look in The Incredibles DVD extras, you'll find a bunch of files full of information about all of these deceased heroes.
How does one how many times do you reckon this guy has watched this movie and then his brain has actually picked up on Gama Jack? I don't think I've ever seen Gama Jack ever. I don't even think I can recall any of those heroes except like the tornado dude or the guy who was sucked up by a tornado. Like what?
Heroes, including their powers, personality traits, and even audio clips of them talking.
I'm a man of culture, a man of passion, and I would say a man of humor.
Oh, that's so me. Definitely a man of passion.
Which is not widely known.
But Gama Jack's file is a bit different than the other heroes. He is one of the most powerful supers in this franchise, with extremely dangerous radiation powers and a very disturbing personality.
Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat. The real kicker is I get these dames, man, these dame villains, and they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes, and boy, those ones, they're really, really hard to kill.
He's the only hero.
Isn't this a kid's movie? That sounded really sus. Wow.
Who outright kills people, and when it comes to saving people, he always prioritizes attractive women first.
You know, I take a look around, I see if there's any good-looking women who need to be rescued.
What the fuck? What? Who signed off on that? That's crazy.
Immediately, and then I sort of start from there and work my way down the list. You know, if you've got Tubby Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, and he might have to wait in line a little while.
He's described as tyrannical and megalomaniacal, and even believes people with superpowers are a superior race.
What?
Gama Jack is like a straight-up villain. He's basically the Incredibles version of Homelander, and a lot of people have been making videos about him recently because of how much he sticks out in this franchise. But I think I've discovered something that nobody else has yet. What if Gama Jack isn't just some background character? What if he's someone who's been hiding in plain sight all of this time? I believe that Gama Jack is actually Jack Jack from the future. I know that sounds like a big stretch. At first glance, these two characters seem nothing alike, both in their powers and personality.
Looks normal to me.
I mean, how could I possibly claim that sweet, adorable Jack Jack is actually a tyrannical super supremacist? Well, just stick with me, because I guarantee that this will be the most compelling, believable Incredibles theory you will ever hear.
I'm curious if this video is going to be like one of those, you know, like with FNAF lore, where they just like, it goes so insane where you look into it way too much. Or if it actually makes sense.
You are going to be blown away by how well all of this lines up. This is the Gama Jack Jack theory.
Man, I miss map pack game theories.
This all started when I noticed a couple strange similarities between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and they are both extremely powerful supers. There's also maybe a passing resemblance, with both of them having a similar mask.
But Gama Jack Mogs, look at that jawline, holy shit.
And their hair ending in a single sharp point. But I didn't really start to take this seriously until I started comparing Gama Jack's file to Jack Jack. Gama Jack is described as a picky eater, which is probably one of Jack Jack's most defining traits. Literally, Jack Jack's first scene is Helen struggling to get him to eat, and a large part of the Incredibles 2 plot revolves around Jack Jack only wanting to eat cookies and throwing a massive tantrum when he doesn't get them.
Obviously, I can't keep giving him cookies.
Jack Jack is an extremely picky eater. Gama Jack is also described as a favorite of the ladies, which I think
Originally known as Handsome Jack. Fuck, wrong button. Why? No. A favorite of the ladies. That's what they call me. Ignore the 3 times I pressed the wrong scene in OBS. Can you play the goddamn video, PC, please? Please?
you can also apply
Thank you.
to Jack Jack.
Can't I, little boo-boo boy? Who can handle it? Who can handle it?
Babysitting this one, I do for free.
All of the women who take care of Jack Jack clearly adore him.
Auntie Edna stayed up all night making sure
Bro, he's a baby. What?
you look fabulous in your mini dress.
He is definitely a favorite of these ladies. Okay, but
Oh, okay, I guess the wording, but I mean, we're talking about an adult versus a baby. I don't know any baby where a lady would go, ew, get that away from me.
what about tyrannical and megalomaniacal impulses? Well, doesn't that kind of sound like how Jack Jack is constantly and impulsively throwing violent tantrums?
Combustion
He's a baby.
imminent? What does that mean?
He's a baby.
Means fire, Robert.
Even when Jack Jack fights
Okay, I'm gonna shut up before I ruin the theory.
someone, he seems to always go for the kill just like Gama Jack. I mean, he did kind of
Fucking hell.
indirectly kill Syndrome. Okay, so there are some surprising similarities here, but let's address the elephant in the room. Gama Jack is an adult who died in the past, and Jack Jack is obviously a baby in the present. For this
Thank
to
you.
work, there would need to be some kind of time travel involved. And while Jack Jack is an extremely powerful super with many different reality warping powers, we never actually see him do anything that resembles time travel. The closest we maybe get is his weird ability to travel between dimensions.
What the? Cookie. Gotcha, want a cookie?
Me as a dad.
Wow! He can still hear you
From the other dimension, yeah.
That is freaky.
Except, I think there might be more to this dimensional power than we think. In The Incredibles 2, Edna creates a device that can help track and manage Jack Jack's powers, and it can even be used to help find Jack Jack when he moves into the other dimension.
He vanished!
Okay, good. Use the thing. See that? That's the current readout. Click it. See the readout? Dimension 4. So where is he?
But if you look closely, you'll see that the device labels Jack Jack's dimension as 4D, as in the 4th dimension, a dimension that is commonly accepted to represent time, meaning when Jack Jack is warping through dimensions, he is actually traveling through time. Okay, so Jack Jack could have traveled back in
Bit of
time
a
and
stretch.
became Gama Jack.
Bit of a
Here's
stretch.
another big issue with this theory. If they're supposed to be the same person, then why are their powers different? Maybe you could argue Jack Jack has some radiation-based powers, but Gama Jack definitely doesn't have Jack Jack's many reality-warping god powers.
No!
And yes, that is true, but listen to how Edna talks about Jack Jack's powers.
Like all babies, he has enormous potential. It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young, but this little one has many.
It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young. She talks about it like all super babies can have multiple powers when they're young, but eventually they all grow up and narrow it down to just 1 or 2. Director Brad Bird has also made similar comments about how Jack Jack's powers are because of the unlimited potential he has as a baby.
Babies are unknown, so they could be nothing, they could be everything. You don't know. Every single one of them is up for grabs.
Okay, I'm
What they're
interested.
gonna become. They could
Okay.
become a leader of the free world or a bagman.
Just putting the innocent Jack Jack face on this
maybe both, I don't
nightmare
know.
dude.
Maybe Jack Jack having so many powers is kind of unusual, but there is a precedent that he could lose most of his powers. In fact, this explains why Jack Jack would be living in the past under a new identity. Maybe Jack Jack traveled back in time and then lost his ability to time travel, making him stuck in the past forever. This also lines up with a deleted flashback scene from the first Incredibles, where we can see Gama Jack was close friends with Mr. Incredible and Frozone.
Although he tried to hide his power,
Oh, so Gama Jack was actually supposed to be a bigger character.
there's a few of us had heard about them and approached him. Had to talk him into becoming a superhero. We had a club, the first club that wanted him to join.
It makes sense. If Jack Jack is trapped in the past, he'd probably want to be close to his dad and Uncle Lucius, even if he can't tell them who he really is. Okay, but does Jack Jack actually have Gama Jack's powers? I mean, maybe his fire or laser powers are kind of similar, but is that really the same thing as having radiation powers? Well, let's take a look at what Gama Jack's powers actually are. The file's description is pretty vague, but based on his name and logo, I'm gonna assume his powers involve specifically gamma radiation, which is a form of high-energy electromagnetic radiation. And guess what? We are told by Edna that one of Jack Jack's powers is specifically electromagnetic.
Oh my goodness. Just like, can you imagine just like the enhance. God, if YouTube didn't exist, none of this would happen. These are all, these people literally make a living from this, and I respect it so much. Like imagine going on a date and just being like, they're like, oh, so what do you do? And you're just like, oh, well, I come up with I come up with interesting theories about incredible movies and other movies. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one is really interesting. The Snowpiercer one, that one is promising. I might react to that one. That one's really cool. But yeah, this is kind of starting to make sense.
Magnetism.
Gama Jack's powers are based on electromagnetic radiation. Jack Jack has electromagnetism powers. They could have given Gama Jack any form of radiation powers, but they specifically chose the type of radiation that Jack Jack can control because they are the same person. Also, if you consider the LEGO tie-in video games to be canon, we do see that Gama Jack has the power of flight and specifically green lasers, which is also the exact same as Jack Jack's.
Yeah, but do you think LEGO are like, okay, what does Gama Jack's laser eye color be? Do you think? I feel like they're just kind of like, oh, he's just a side character to go willy-nilly. Like, I don't...
Do I even need to keep going at this point? Gama Jack is Jack Jack. This has to be intentional. Okay, so
I don't know if it does.
These characters line up really, really well, to the point where I don't think that this is a coincidence anymore.
Coincidence? I think not!
But there is still one final issue with this theory. Why would Jack Jack, a sweet, adorable baby with two loving parents with good values, grow up to believe that supers are a superior race? Like, that kind of feels like the last thing Jack Jack would ever believe. I mean, Helen even goes out of her way to tell her kids that having powers doesn't make you inherently better.
But Dad always said our powers were nothing to be ashamed of. Our powers made us special. Everyone's special, Dash.
Maybe Bob is a little more enthusiastic about superpowers, but he would definitely never call them a superior race. I mean, that is just unambiguously next-level discrimination. Where the hell would Jack Jack possibly
Tell me.
I
used to design for gods. You are a tiny god. They are lucky to be in your presence.
I don't think Edna has that much sway over someone's personality. Like, you only see Edna like once to design your suit.
Edna Mode believes that supers are gods, that they are above normal humans. She says it all the time, and she even seems disgusted by non-supers.
She literally isn't super.
Nothing super about them, spoiled, stupid little stick figures with
I don't know.
lips who think only about themselves. I used to design for gods.
Okay, sure, but she only babysat Jack Jack one time. How much could she possibly have rubbed off on him?
Yeah.
Literally nothing, he's the baby.
You are a tiny god. The room is yours. They are lucky to be in your presence.
He's a baby.
Literally after one day with Edna, Jack Jack starts acting exactly like her. Exactly like Gama Jack.
These people are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to be in your presence.
And then she offers to babysit him anytime after this for free.
But babysitting this one, I do for free.
Holy shit, she is absolutely gonna mess this baby up. Well, there you go. I think this is a very strong case for Jack Jack eventually becoming Gama Jack. Unfortunately, this does mean that Jack Jack will eventually be killed by one of Syndrome's robots. Maybe you could argue that's a good thing considering who he turns into. Or maybe...
Okay, I would love an Incredibles movie like this. That'd be kind of cool. Be a weird way to take it, but it's a Disney movie, so we know it's never going to go like that. It's weird coincidences, but I don't think Edna Mode would have that much of an impact on Jack Jack. Maybe. And I've just opened Chrome Help for some reason. I am so amazing at this, guys. There we go. Can this go away? Thank you. Okay.
Maybe he somehow faked his death. I don't know. It could be possible. I do think that there's something kind of interesting about Syndrome killing Jack Jack, but then later baby Jack Jack indirectly kills Syndrome, so it's kind of like this poetic time loop. The Incredibles 3 is coming out in 2028, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if it supports or debunks my theory. You know, even if this was intentional at one point, I do kind of doubt that they'll ever bring back this pretty obscure Gama Jack character, but, you know, we'll see. Thank you for watching. If you like this video...
I don't know. That's a cool, theory, but yeah, Disney would never let you do that. That would be cool, though. Could you imagine? They just go full Homelander on a Disney movie. Cool video, right? Thank you, everybody, for watching. Remember to subscribe if any of you are here. Hello. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. I might be uploading every day. Maybe yes, maybe no. Bye, guys.